And this, of course, is a segment where we just tell a story.
What's the story this week?
The story this week, it's a story of...
Initiation.
It's a story of initiation. It's a story of love. It's a story of...
Bit of piss in there.
Friends bonding together with urine, filling the gaps. It's a story of parenting gone wrong. It's a story of...
disrespect to houses and people's property.
It's a story of the time I introduced Michael to my Toowoomba friends and he got so fucked on goon that we pissed all over him while he was passed out on the bathroom floor, you fucking cunt.
And then you put me to bed in the most sweetest way.
Sort of.
Yeah. I wasn't cold.
So Michael and I met in high school. Before I moved to Brisbane, I went to high school in Toowoomba. And everyone in Toowoomba, there's something fucking wrong with them because something happens to you as you're growing up in Toowoomba. I don't know what it is, but
it's something in the air. It's on a mountain, so there's something in the air and it turns them. They're this real violent, very fucking angry.
High crime rate, very high crime rate in Toowoomba. Anyway, so I moved from Toowoomba to Brisbane, met Michael, and then I said, Michael, you should meet my Toowoomba mates. And Michael's relatively innocent at this stage. Hasn't really had much alcohol, hasn't smoked any meth yet. I thought, Michael, come and meet my Toowoomba friends. And she was sort of like, a bit taken aback. But I dragged her to Toowoomba.
School holidays. We went for a week.
Yep. And we went to Toowoomba, and as me and my Toowoomba friends...
Remember on the journey up there?
Yeah, we got drunk. Yeah.
We drank a whole, in Goon.
Sack.
It's called
whole sack.
In Australia, there's a drinking issue with cheap wine that's in a cask.
A cask wine is 40 standard drinks in a 30-litre sack.
And you pay $10 for it.
It's $10. So that's what all the kids get fucked on because it's cheap and it lasts you a couple of nights. And then you've got a pillow, a fancy pillow at the end of the night.
Blow it up at the end of the night when it's empty and you got a pillow for the fucking gutter of the street.
Anyway, we get to Toowoomba, introduce him to my friends, and we all start drinking as we do. Now, Michael not being used to...
Goon.
Being used to really alcohol of such potency. Drinks, and before long, he's passed out on the toilet, throwing up.
Now, before this happens, we're at a house. Now, this fucking house that we went to... I'll name him Yo, our friend,
Matthew,
and we love
Yo.
him dearly. This friend, they have parents who own a butcher business and they're quite wealthy. So Marty and all his Toowoomba mates just don't have respect for this fucking house.
We didn't have respect for anything. In our defense, Yo, we didn't have respect for anything, but you let us come over. You didn't really let us come over. We invited ourselves over unannounced, which I'm sorry.
This was the house that everyone went to drink at, and the parents had to deal with a lot of damage and a lot of fucking noise and a lot of fucking chaos all the time, because this was the house every weekend that they went to and drank at. This is the house that I went for initiation for drinking goon at. They were spitting all over the floor. Marty was having pisses behind the bar. They had a pool table. One time they had an egg fight in the fucking bar room where the pool table was.
In the house.
And it went everywhere. All over the curtains.
Matthew Yo's father had a really expensive memorabilia room and we had an egg fight in there.
This night I was there, they went to the family fridge, opened it up, pissed all through the fridge. In the morning, the mum offered us breakfast and we politely declined.
Because... urine. But having said that, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, we're much better now.
The things you do when you're a wild 18-year-old, or not even 18.
No, we're 16.
Yeah, so we were children. Yeah. How dare you judge us on what we did when we were children?
And we were drinking.
Yeah, we were drunk kids.
We weren't sober.
Drunk kids is what we were. Our parents should have done a better job. They should not have let us do what we did. So if you're going to judge anyone, judge my mum and dad. Don't look at me like that.
I can see it.
Anyway, we started drinking. We drank hard.
Dude, these kids can drink. They are going skull for skull of glasses, big glasses like this.
It is an
of wine.
It is an unusually high tolerance for someone our age. Kids. So anyway, Michael, of course, passes out in a few hours. He's in the bathroom trying to throw up.
I'd just been vomiting, I guess, like around the toilet bowl.
And there's about 6 other dudes, going into the bathroom who thought it was hilarious that he was passing out.
So I'm next to the toilet at this stage, passed out, right next to it.
And we regrettably urinated all over him for the next few hours. Whenever anyone needed to piss, he was the toilet. He was the urinal cake in the bathroom.
So instead of pissing in the toilet, they turn their stream to my fucking body and face and piss all over me. So obviously I was just for hours just getting pissed on.
Again, I'm sorry for the parenting at the time. It's not our fault. It's our parents' fault. I had no idea that was even a wrong thing to do. Completely my parents' fault. I am sorry about that.
Well,
if I'd have known that was a bad thing to do, I probably wouldn't have done it. But
yeah, you didn't know.
Mum and Dad weren't really good parents, so here I am. I pissed all over him many times.
To be honest, I'm not even mad because I was passed out. And we had a rule within our group is if you pass out, anything can happen to you. And that's the rule.
That's true.
You shouldn't pass out.
Which sounds crazy, but really it imposes a responsible drinking rule on the group. If you go too hard, then you pass out and then things happen to you. So it made you not pass out. So Michael, is his initiation. He didn't really realize.
I wasn't used to it.
That's what happens.
And I'd wake up in the morning and I don't fucking remember they pissed on me. So I just go and have a shower and everything's fine. So in the big scheme of things, it's not that bad getting pissed on.
Not that bad at all. And in a way, we were warming you. The urine was warm.
At the time, but then I started shivering. This is where the story gets sweet because they were quite sweet at the end.
So there was no blankets in the house. Well, there were, but they were all used in beds and we didn't want to use a blanket, a bed blanket to soak up his urine fuck off body. So,
and in Toowoomba it's freezing cold,
very cold. So we found 50 handkerchiefs, 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter little fucking
squares,
bits of fabric, and we just spent 15 minutes just covering his entire body in handkerchiefs. It must have been 50 handkerchiefs.
I woke up in the morning so confused. There was all these little handkerchiefs, bits of material around me, and as I go to move, they all sort of spread and parted all over my body, and it was such a weird feeling seeing all these tiny little bit of fabric sort of just fall off your body and be like, what the fuck, why is there bits of fabric on my body? That's a strange way to wake up.
Yeah. It worked. As long as he didn't move, there was some warmth,
and I didn't move because I was out cold.
Yeah, and then in the morning when he woke up, I guess, it was revealed that there was just 50 handkerchiefs, and everyone was just woke up in weird spots in the memorabilia room. I remember Yo was asleep under the pool table. There was someone asleep on top of the bar. I remember Yo's dad came down and fucked 3 of us.
Yeah, he was a horny man. And then the mum would cook breakfast for us, but we declined.
Because we'd urinated all over the entire household ingredients the night before. So we watched them eat the breakfast.
We did.
Without saying a word.
We just had a cheeky laugh later about it.
Yeah, we didn't laugh then and there. We
in our head we were. In our head.
We smirked. And then later on we had a bit of a chuckle about the fucking fuckwits. So yeah, that's the time Michael came to initiation with me and my friends from Toowoomba. And that is the end of story time.